it's been tried and it doesn't work. It's failed. Okay, this is why you have children that are coming from a just matriarch background. A lot of them are in jail or in prison, or they're on drugs, or they have psychological problems. So that's showing you that that doesn't work. But what works, what's more profitable, what's more fulfilling is the patriarchal system, which will be established. Go on.
And it's the men, and he will dwell with them.
And he will dwell with them. Go on.
And they shall be his people.
And they shall be his people. The Lord is going to be with us. The Creator, Yahawashi, is going to be with us, man. As soon as I said the name of the Lord, he got the step. I'm showing you that there's power to the name. And the scripture says that the name of the Lord is dreadful among the people, man. So when I said Yahawashi, he got the stepping, man. And that's showing you the power of the name of the Lord. Okay? As soon as I said that name, he got the stepping, man. He was standing there for like a good 1 minute, and when I said the name, he walked out. So this truth is very real. Why you have to walk around like a child, man? Come on, man. You understand? He had to turn his head back. But that's the scarf from the scorner. Don't get mad at that guy. Don't get mad at him. That's the scarf from the scorner. He's very a Jake anyway. Bugged out Jake anyway. Now that's a Jake right there. That's a simple Jake, man. I've read his spirit going, man. I mean, I know he like an Edomite. You want to bust him upside the head, but you gotta be spiritual going, man. Well, there's more Israelites than the heathen. It says that Israel be as the son of the sea, right? Go on. Everybody ain't no Israelite now. Don't get it twisted. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of Israelites out there that look like crackers. Go on.
And the Most High himself shall be with them and be their God. And the God, the Most High, shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
Exactly. So our tears are going to be wiped away. We're not going to hurt. We're not going to be in a state of being diseased. Okay, having to worry, having to have negative thoughts, negative ideas, negative feelings. Okay, being around miscreants, degenerates, cooks. It's not going to be no more because we're gonna establish a society. We're going to establish a society that's going to pretty much enforce morality in life, and abundance of that. So when you have a society that has life or morality, all you're going to have is perfection and greatness. Okay, the so-called white man system proved that it doesn't bring any life, man. It just brings death. Okay? People walking around like they're tough guys, and they're really not tough guys. They're really weak inside, man.
Yeah.
They're really babies inside, you know? Go on, bro.
And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying.
Right.
Neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
Now go back to Isaiah 65, I believe it was.
That's it. That's the point I made now.
You know, so that's just the whole ordeal. The whole ordeal is it's going to come a time where everything's going to be flipped around to the right way. All right? So what you can also get is what Paul was saying, I believe it's in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, I believe it is, where it says, Paul said, our sufferings can't be compared to the eternal glory. Somebody go get that. Yeah. Because we got some glory coming. We got some glory coming, and the glory that's going to come, it's going to override the hell that we're going. So all of this right here, this ain't nothing but light where we're going. Comparison to the glory, man. This is easy. This ain't hard. This is easy, man. This truth right here, yeah, it's hard, but you gotta condition yourself that it's easy, so you can get through it. Right. You gotta motivate yourself. You have to be more optimistic about this thing, man. Okay? Because if you focus on it being hard, then it's gonna be a burden onto you. Okay? So you have to meditate strength mentally to overcome while you're dealing with the wiles of the devil, or Satan while you're in the street. Yeah, read what you got. In other words, don't have the spirit of doubt in you. Just say that. That's different. Yeah, it speaks about how the eternal, it speaks about the eternal glory. It could be 2 Corinthians 4. All right.
You want to read this one, yeah?
Uh-huh.
All right. 2 Corinthians.
Anybody can read it, don't matter.
2 Corinthians 4 and 17.
Uh-huh.
Right? For our light affliction, which is but for a moment,
Yeah.
worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Exactly. So that's exactly what we're gonna get. If we do this work and we lose everything, and we give up everything concerning this world, and we totally focus on the numero uno thing, which is this truth, and getting into the realms of the kingdom, and we will receive everything times 100, man, 100-fold. Get Matthew. Somebody get Matthew 10. Come on, brother. Yeah.
Verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen,
Right, not the things that are seen, going.
but at the things which are not seen.
Right.
For the things which are seen are temporal.
Right, so for the things that we see now, it's only but a moment, it's temporary. This crazy land that we call London, England, or England in general, and this crazy lifestyle that we're living right now, or this environment, is going to be gone. It's going to be forgotten about. It's going to be a thing of the past. We're not going to remember it no more. Go on.
Romans 8.
Let it finish that. Call you that, brother.
For the things which are seen
Yeah.
are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Are eternal. So the things that we're looking forward to, this is why each and every last one of us are up here doing the work. We're working towards our salvation and to get into the kingdom, the eternal glory, where we have the immortality that's within us now. That's what we're looking for. Okay, we finish with that, right?
Yeah.
Let him read this precept now.
Romans 8 verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory shall be revealed in us.
Right, exactly. So this is light work. The hell that you're going through is light work, baby. It ain't hard. It's not hard at all. It's light work. So if it's light work, then why the hell are we complaining about it? I mean, we're going to complain about it because the scripture says you're going to have certain men that's going to sign 5 for the abomination to them in Ezekiel 9th chapter. So what are those men? So we're going to complain about the ills of the world and the ills of ourselves, yeah. But in all actuality, you got to be men now. You got to go to those like men and stand firm in his faith. Okay, whatever cross you have to carry that cross, man. Because guess what? We're going to be the next rulers of the earth. And we're going to be ruling forever and ever. And we're going to be living a life that we've all desired. We're going to have the house that we desire. Like, I'm into buildings and stuff like that. I'm going to be living in the palaces that I like. Okay? I'm going to have my little cars with me. I'm going to have my animals with me that I like. I'm going to have the women that I like. Okay? And we're going to have the abundance of the things that we desire. And we're going to be cooling for eternity, man. So right now it's the time to do the work. That's why the apostle said, to her in particular, said, do your 3 videos per week. Because in the kingdom we'll be able to chill. We're not going to be doing the work in the kingdom no more. We're not going to be doing no work. We'll be able to do some work, but it's going to be like we're not doing any work because it's going to be the work we want to do. Okay? So right now we gotta be putting in as much work as possible, man. Right now, all of this cooling in the cut, laying back. I'll do a video whenever I want to do a video. You gotta cut that out, man. You gotta do your 3 videos per week, cause we got work to do, man. All of this cooling out in the cut, focusing on other shit that don't matter. You gotta dig that spirit, man. Cause if you don't dig that spirit and you lose focus, you won't fall out. This has happened to a lot of guys. And we're not trying to fall out. Guys are trying to get to the kingdom. Brothers that are sincere are getting into the kingdom, man. And that's getting into the truth. Go on.
He says it?
Yeah.
All right. Revelation chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Right, blessed are they that do is actually which is commanded. Go on.
That they may have right to the tree of life.
Go on.
And may enter in through the gates into the city.
Right, which is the kingdom. So the tree of life is the key.
Revelation 22:14.
Okay, the tree of life, which is the key, which is the truth into the kingdom. So that's the only way you're gonna get in there, man. You're not gonna get in there trying to impress some nigga woman. You're not gonna get in there inside some damn church sitting on your ass all day. You're not gonna get in there getting emotional. Woe is me, woe is me. You gotta lift up your head, man. When Job was in the depressed state, the Lord said to Job, "What are you talking about, man?" In other words, gird up thy loins like a man. Because you got work to do. You being down in the spirit, it's not to no benefit. It's when you down in the spirit, you can't do nothing. You can't do no videos because you ain't in the mindset to do no videos. Okay, so you gotta lift up yourself. Go on, brother. Matthew 10, start from 40, where it speaks about they that lose their life for my sake. I mean, I'm talking about the one where it says they're forsaken houses, lands, and all that stuff. Get that one. So let me start from they've forsaken lands, houses. No, that's in Matthew 10, brother. That's in Matthew 10 too. I know what you're talking about, because you think it's just in one area. Find the one in Matthew 10.
Yeah, it's Matthew's. You said forsaken houses and lands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Matthew's 19. Matthew's 19, verse 20. Matthew's 19, verse 29. In fact, let me start with verse 27.
Go on, bro.
Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all, and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahawashi said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right, and that should be the main focus, the main aim. All of this other nonsense out here, I need a chick, or I need this, or I need that. Listen, man, you get that, man. Just do what you gotta do here. And cool out yourself, man. Go on, bro.
And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life.
At the same time, man, so you're gonna have a big, gigantic family. You're a family man, and you forsake your family on this side, you're gonna get a gigantic family on the next side. It says it in the scriptures, one man shall become a nation, right? So that's gonna be fulfilled. And then it also says, those that have forsaken houses, brothers that are into houses, instead of living in actual houses, they're gonna be living in palaces. Okay? Brothers that's into land, they're gonna have loads of land if they forsake the land they got now. Okay, so it's all about what we're gonna receive in the future. What we're doing now is gonna make it for the future. So this is why this truth, man, it could become a burden, and it could, and it become problematic at times. But when you look at the bright side of it, it ain't so bad, man. It ain't so bad. Go on, brother.
But many that are first shall be lost, and the lost shall be first.
And the last shall be first. So we're gonna be in first place. It's right now we're at the bottom economically, right? Economically, systematically, we're at the bottom of society. But we're gonna be in first place. We're gonna be ruling the earth. We're going to be telling these devils what to do, man. Instead of them telling us what to do and teaching us their philosophy and their shenanigans, we're going to be teaching them the right things. Go on, brother.
Matthew 10 verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother,
Right.
and the daughter-in-law against her mother.
So that's that dividing seat. And the way you're going to really, truly, if you want to really break this down, what is it? Matthew 19, right? I'm talking about the couple of verses that you just read. Now, if you really want to break that down, that goes under the chip. Because when the chip comes out and it's mandated and initialized on the earth, you're going to literally have to give up everything. Because if you don't take that chip, let's say you got a wife, let's say you got children, and then you also got a wife, right? And your wife takes the chip and she influences your son or your daughter to take the chip, and you don't want to take the chip, now you have to part ways.
Yeah.
You have to do away with your family altogether. All right? And then at the same time, let's say, for example, you working. If you ain't got the chip, you can't work to keep that house together.
Right.
So you forsaken houses. Right? And it goes on and on and on. Or you may own some land or something like that. In order for you to maintain ownership of that land, you have to have the chip. Everything's going to be based on a biometrical system.
Yeah.
The RFID system, the chip. So if you ain't got that chip, then you're pretty much a nobody in society. You don't exist.
Right.
In other words, as well as vice versa, you've forsaken the world altogether entirely. So if you forsake everything, you're gonna get everything back in return 100-fold, man. That's our faith going, brother.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right. And that's what happens. Like, you know, God's coming to truth. I mean, families disregard them. Families kick them to the side. Homeless and all of that stuff that happens. And that kind of thing, man. But that's going to continue on to the point where, you know, like I said, when the chip comes in, there's going to be problems between you and your family and what you got. Okay? So that's the point, man. I just wanted to get that out there. Listen,
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Right, so if you're willing to take the chip because your mother got the chip or your family got the chip, then hey man, once you take that chip, you've already declared that you down with the world. You've already declared that you was always a man of the flesh but never a man of the spirit. Okay? You was never of his. Go on, brother.
Hold on. But John 7, verse 1, after these things Yahawashi walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry, because the Jews sought to kill him.
Right.
Now the Jews' feast of tabernacles was at hand. His brethren therefore said unto him, depart thence and go into Judea,
I know this
that
one.
thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest.
Right.
For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly.
Okay, go on.
If thou do these things, show thyself to the world, for neither did his brethren believe in him.
Right. That's it on that. You can break that down if you want.
Because Yahawashi, he was the living example in his life, where in the truth, Yahawashi had 4 brothers, biological brothers. 2 believed, James and Joseph, and the other 2 didn't believe him. Alright, so that's the fulfillment of day of your own foes, day of your own house. Okay. And it also said a prophet receives no honor among his own country. Alright? Because your own countrymen know you. They know you as you were growing up. So when you try to establish yourself as being some great spiritual guy that God is with you, then they're just going to take you for granted. They take your words for granted. Yeah, right. It says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Right.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Right. And you know what, some people go as far as say this as well. Because, hey, look, you might be in the truth, right? And your parents may threaten you and say, look, you ain't gonna be a part of me no more. I'm gonna disown you. You got certain guys, they won't come in the truth because they felt threatened by that statement. You know? So they'll just pretty much stick around and do what they do with their parents tell them to do. But hey man, the Lord got everything covered. Okay, if you homeless on the street, hey, the Lord will provide, man. And I know certain brothers that the Lord's provided for, man. And they all right. They sorted. They doing good. They all right.
You obviously let the Most High's going to take care of you.
He's going to take care of you anyway.
Somehow he's going to take. He's not just going to leave you to the wolves.
Nah.
The scripture says the Lord's not going to give you more than what you can handle.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, so he's not going to throw you to the lions like that.
Right.
He's going to take care of you somehow.
Yeah.
We had that as an example last year, remember? Yeah, a young guy came in and then his aunt saw him doing the work of the Lord with us and threatened him. And because because he's young and whatever, and she threatened him, he left the camp, didn't come back.
That's what I'm saying. So that shows you right there, he didn't really believe in this thing. Okay? Because you gotta believe in this thing, man. You gotta really examine and thoroughly understand what you're involved in. This ain't just a thing where I'm an Israelite, you put the armbands on and you wear the robe and the whole 9 yards. It ain't about that, man. Where you at mentally, where you at spiritually. Okay, do you really believe in this thing? Do you believe? It sounds good. Okay, it sounds good to hear that all of your enemies are going to be pursued by you and under you. Okay, it feels good to hear that we're going to have our own kingdom. It feels good to hear that we're the chosen people. But do you truly believe in the scriptures? And what proves you're going to believe is what kind of problems you're going to go through in this truth. Now, if you go through a lot in this truth and came out on the other side, now your belief or your faith was fulfilled. Okay?
This is Matthew 6, verse 30. Wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, or ye of little faith?
Right. See? So, I mean, if the Lord is able to take care of nature as a whole, being that we're part of nature, we can be taken care of by the Lord.
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right, exactly. That's the best scripture we can quote for a guy that's coming in. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation. Because there's going to be trials in the way. There's going to be things you're going to have to go through that you never experienced before. So that the Lord can try your faith to see what manner of strength you have within you.
That's what the word temptation means.
Okay.
The word temptation means a test or a trial of a man's holiness or character.
Right.
A bit more here. Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Right, and set that meaning prepare. That's what it means to set your heart aright. Prepare for what's to come. Prepare that now that you've entered into the realm of this truth. Now prepare that you're going to go through something. Prepare that you might get arrested. Prepare that you might get kicked out your mom's yard if you live with her. Okay, or whoever you're living with. It could be your dad, right? But prepare for the unexpected, man. Okay, and if you can prepare for that, then it won't be unexpected. It will be expected. So these are the things you got to understand when you come into this thing, man. That's why they call it the straight gate. The word straight means a position of difficulty. So you have to get used and become immune to being in a difficult space. All right? That's just how it is, man. It's not easy. No one said that being in the street is going to be easy and light. No. Okay, if you have that in mind and you think that this is going to be easy, you got another thing coming next to you. Go on.
So it says being a goon or on baton, that's easy, man.
Yeah, that's very easy.
Being a 2/3, that's easy.
Being a mama's boy is easy.
That's easy, yeah. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Yeah.
And the word endure in Hebrew is yakal, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord gave me that name. And make not haste in time of trouble, cleave unto him, and depart not away, thou that mayest be increased at the last end, just like Job. Hey, Job went through hell and back, but he said, though the Lord slay me, I'll put my trust in him.
Yeah.
Like a couple of years ago when they said to me, oh, you might have to do an operation on your eye, you might go blind, man. I just refused to believe it, man. And I went home, I just prayed to Yahawashi,
Yep.
and the doctor said, all right, you're going to come back in 2 months,
Right.
but if it's like that, we're going to have to operate. You're going to see the scalpel coming towards your eye.
But see, the reason why it happened, the reason why your eyes didn't go like that, because you didn't believe what the doctor said. It's all about belief. If you truly believed in what the doctor said, your eyes would have been messed up.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand? Because everything is about having faith. For example, right, the reason why people died, as the doctor says, because they believe in what the doctor said.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So let's say, for example, I'm obese, right? I'm walking around 400 or 500 pounds at the height of 5'9", right? And the doctor tells me, look, if you don't sort yourself out and take this medication that I give you, you're going to be dead within 5 years. Now, if I believe it, and I take hold to those words, guess what? I'm living out his reality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop dead in 5 years. Because that's the belief. And that's why they're known as doctors. The word doctor means to falsify. So they're telling you something they want you to know so that you can take their medication and pretty much have you on them drugs, man. And that's why I wouldn't be surprised, man. People that's talking to themselves, people that's acting all kind of, crazy out here, bugged out in the street, walking around like they're just clueless. It's really because it's probably got something to do with the tablets they're taking, the medication.
Because it makes you worse, man. It fucks up your metabolism.
Like this guy over here, pan the camera on that guy over there. That guy's probably on some kind of medication. I wouldn't be surprised.
This ain't no way.
He don't even know where he's at. Ask him what day and time of the year it is. He wouldn't probably clue.
A little bit more here.
Go on, bro.
Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully,
Right.
and be patient when thou change to a lower state.
Exactly. So when you're brought to a low state, to a state you've never experienced before, you gotta take it cheerfully now. Now the Lord starts to deal with you. If you come into the truth and you're going through something else that you've never experienced before, the Lord is dealing with you now. Okay? But if the Lord made you go through this thing real easy and real smooth, all the way from the beginning, even up to this present moment, the Lord was never with you. All right? In the midst of the truth, somehow, some way, you have to bear your cross. Whatever burden you have to deal with, you have to deal with that burden. All right? In order for you to get on to the other side. Go on, brother.
Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
And acceptable men are going to go through the trials that they have to go through, like Paul, the Apostle Paul, and the other apostles. They were tried doing exactly what was commanded of them to do.